Hey y'all, welcome to the Rant Radio America, guys. I am pumped up. Really awesome day. Plus, I'm also high on freaking caffeine, like 4 cans of coffee. My preferred brand, of course, Black Rifle Coffee. 300 milligrams, get the big can. I like Black Rifle Coffee because it's run by veterans. That's a big plus. And damn, gets me freaking pumped. I'm able to go along with my day, even if I'm starting and drag my butt. It is awesome. It is delicious too. Uh, anyway, yeah, pumped. Yeah. Too much caffeine, maybe. I have 4 cans. I was like 12, 6. I can't even count right now. Yeah. How's y'all day going? Pretty good? Hope so. I'm about to do something I rarely ever do. Rarely ever do. I'm about to get buying some props. Yeah. Apparently, with his uh, Green Deal, he has made tax breaks to where other countries losing business are coming over to America. Like, wow. That's a reverse. Especially coming from someone who was Obama's vice president, and Obama was shipping all our business overseas. And now we got countries looking at coming into our country and bringing the business over here just because of tax breaks and stuff. I mean, that just blows my mind. Uh, yeah. What kind of taste? I don't know. It doesn't really taste like vinegar, really. I mean, that sucks to say it, but I mean, okay, sucks. But that was a damn good deal there. Yeah, I can't believe I'm actually giving Sleepy Joe some props there. But hey, I get credit where credit's due. It's about time. Who'd have thought, eh? On the other side of the spectrum, though, we got Trump, who's looking at being brought up on. He's looking to press the charges out in New York. We'll see how that goes, right? Nothing really new there. Trump. That's not the first time. I know Trump being in the news isn't new either. But besides that, civil cases and all that, Trump's used to that. I'm sure he's going to come out just fine. Uh, see what comes of that. I'm not going to go into what the case is all about. You guys can do it on your own. I don't like getting into stuff like that anyway, because you don't really know what's going on, who's a victim, who isn't. So, yeah, it's all gravy. It all rolls downhill, right? Kind of like shit. Yeah, sorry guys, just amped. A lot of freaking caffeine there. I'm still trying to do the math. 3 times 12, 1,200 milligrams of caffeine. Yeah. I tell you what, though, 6 hours flew by in a heartbeat. Wasn't too bad. Again, if you guys have a chance, if you guys love coffee, especially iced coffee, this one here comes cold. I prefer it cold. That's my way of drinking it. That's the way it comes too. It comes in your cooler section in your grocery stores. Look for it, buy it. It's a great product, and it promises it does what it's going to do. It'll get you hyped up. Damn. Anyways, while I was at work today, I was thinking about something. What I was thinking about was I tired of society. Really am. We had a couple customers came in today. Uh, one racial, one was homophobic. That's what I'm looking for. Wow, I actually brought that out. I'm proud of myself there. Pat myself on the back. And I got to thinking, really be who you are, but keep it to yourself, really. And then don't come out there and push it off. I've been saying this from the start. I still firmly believe in this. The government doesn't have a right to push society. The socialist agenda is, I don't know how to take their socialist agenda. There's social agenda, and then there's like the social agenda. I kind of separate the two. The social side of it is the big thing to me. You want your free stuff and all that, and your government help, fine. Don't give a shit. But when you're pushing and trying to tell society how it should live and how we should deem and behave, that I got a problem with. We are still free-thinking individuals. I mean, last time I checked, that is what America was based upon. Our freedom and our individual values as an individual. Apparently, at some point in time, the government decided that us being an individual should no longer matter. I call BS on that. We may live as a group of people, but still should have individual thought, individual personality, individual liberties and freedoms. That goes all the way down to guns, how we think about people, or how we think about a person. And then it should definitely matter what the fuck we think when it comes to our fucking government, and the laws, and the rules. I do not like how Congress gets to sit up there and then tell us what we are going to do next because they decided to pass a law or decided to make an amendment without asking us. Where is our voice at? I agree with how most politicians, Trump especially, I think, brought this to the forefront, using social media as their platforms, and their way of getting the word out to what they're thinking, what they want to do. I agree with that, and that gives us a chance to comment back and tell us whether or not we agree with that or not. And I think they should look at that, take a poll on it. If most Americans don't agree with it, then don't do it. The other thing too is the social agenda that they want to push. You know, if you actually look at the groups that were griping, it's like, what, a few thousand people out of a million? Since when do the needs of the few outweigh the needs of the many? Or the ones? You get a few thousand people to bitch, and all of a sudden you got the Congress up there going, oh yeah, well, we should change that. And then they'll bring out, well, this poll said, okay, show the paperwork on that poll. Show the proof of that poll, that was actually done. Don't just throw something out there and say this was said and this was done. I want to see actual facts. I don't believe a lot of this poll bullshit. I think a lot of it's made up. I think a lot of it is just goes so they can say, oh yes, this is there, so we're going to push this. Let's push this through. Show me some hard proof. Show me some hard evidence. Like, Democrats wonder why we as Republicans, and even maybe not even Republican, maybe you like Donald Trump. Dems, I'm pretty sure, are scratching their head trying to figure this out. Some people inside the GOP are still trying to figure that one out, right? I can tell you why. Because Trump, like a few presidents before him, actually spoke and told Congress how us Americans are feeling, how we're thinking. And when a president steps up and does that, you're going to fall in love with him. It doesn't matter what you do. The only thing the Democrats could have done to stop that would be to assassinate him. Thankfully, they didn't do that, because that would just made him a martyr. No, they just made him a living martyr. That might be worse for them. And then what do? To try to change stuff so that way then they have a chance at winning. My wife's going to hate me for saying this, but I'm just going to use it as an example. They're going to take the Patriot playbook. Only instead of cheating, they're just going to change the rules because they have the power to do that. What got me thinking about this is today, the state of Illinois is looking at going to first choice, which means instead of setting it down to where we pick someone, out of a group of people, there's only going to be 1 to 2 people to 3 people on a ballot. No. I think we have our freedom and our right to pick who we want and vote for. Don't do this first choice shit. And then they have the power to redraw the maps too. Which again, stupid. They can't win an election, so instead of winning the people's hearts, they're just going to go and change shit to where the votes might actually fall into their favor. If the votes don't, well then we got to change the voting laws around so it works into our favor. I tell you something, as someone who actually used to be a Democrat, believe it or not, I did. But I was that way because the Democratic Party was going the way the Republican Party used to. The Republican Party is going back to the way that it used to be, and the Democratic Party is going back to being a Democratic Party. It all depends on the values and how they are looking at stuff. Anyways, that being said, what they need to do is go and take a look at what the U.S. people are thinking and actually go along with those lines of your population. That will win you votes. That will get you a seat. And then abide what the fuck you say. I mean, it has been firmly established. Trump in 4 years did everything that he promised he was going to do. The only thing that he couldn't do because it was out of his hands, but he was put Hillary in prison. This is the only thing he couldn't do. Which, of course, if anyone believed in him getting in as a president, he'd be able to do that. I don't know what the hell to tell you anyway. Shouldn't have even believed that one to begin with. But the indictments were brought up, charges were brought up, but of course nothing ever happened with it. Which is why anyone who keeps saying, oh yeah, Trump's going to go to prison over the Capitol riots and all this other crap, and oh yeah, he's going to get impeached. Please. You can't do it to one person and try to do it to another and then pass that and say, yes, that was fair. Because no one in their right mind will believe it. Pure hard facts. Civil liberties, guys. The problem is, though, and there's something my dad and I go over and over and over again. The thing is, we both agree on this thing. The problem is, nothing's going to change as long as all we keep doing is griping about it and don't step forward to actually make something happen. Because anytime the government does something, like changes a law or anything, what do? We just roll over, get our bellies pet, and then say, okay. So as long as we keep doing that, letting the government do what it wants to do, the government will continue to do what it wants to do. As I said before, I'm not anti-government. I just don't like our government. It can do a whole lot better. The government was set up properly. Since then, they made amendments, they have made law changes, they have made rule changes, and we haven't really done anything about it. But we'll bitch over guns, and we'll bitch over race, and we'll bitch over this, and we'll bitch over that. But when it comes to shit that fucking matters, we stay shut. We say, okay, whatever. It's time for people to wake the fuck up. Actually, go to Congress, go to your politicians, and actually bitch about something that fucking matters. Let's bitch about the voting laws. Let's bitch about the fact that you really don't even need to show your ID to go and vote. Let's bitch about that shit. Let's bitch about undocumented people coming into our country and taking advantage of our system. Oh wait, we do that. We get called racist. I forgot. If it doesn't go along with someone's agenda, you're in the wrong. And how the fuck dare you? Bullshit. We got our own citizens to take care of. If someone wants to come over, feel free. But do it right and don't take advantage of a system. Don't use America as your own little fucking piggy bank. There's a reason why we enjoy the liberties that we have now. I was going to say our liberties, our freedom, but let's be honest, that's being taken away slowly, it's piece by piece. But there's a reason why we still enjoy what we have. That's because we have earned that right as a citizen. That's the thing that always gets me too. It's our right as citizens, where the government thinks, no, it's not a right. It is that's what I'm looking for. I can't think of it. Privilege. That's it. They think it's a privilege. No, it's not. It's a right. Just like if you pay into the system while you're working, and you're paying into your medical, and you're paying into your disability, paying into your Social Security, if they consider that a privilege, no motherfucker, that's our right. That's what we paid for. That's what we went to work for. That's our money. Not yours. That's something you should take away. That's ours. That was hard earned. But, trying to take away the Second Amendment right, they're encroaching on the First Amendment, taking God out of everything, so why wouldn't they take something else away, right? And then when the Democrats try to go against the medical and the Social Security, they say, oh no, the Republicans are doing that. I have yet to see one Republican article or bill written or law they're trying to pass, but it takes that away. I have seen where it does gum it down some. And even in there, it says why they're going to want to gum it down, because they got to take something to pay for something else. That usually DACA or something like that's going on, and that requires some money. As a Republican, I say fuck DACA, fuck all that other bullshit. No, you want to take some money out of my Social Security? All right, put it into our armed forces. Let's put it into the school system. Let's put it into let's put it into the police department, the hospitals, the fire department. There's other places the money can go, but no, instead we decided to do is give it someplace else. And while I'm on it, the support we give to other countries, I agree with some of it. But when you want to spend out the ass, 147 million in aid, and not just aid, military hardware, like what the fuck? Are they buying it? Because last I checked, they were just given. Now, if they bought it, it would be one thing. Hell, this country could use 147 million. 1.6 billion. Sure. But we're just giving it. Like, I got news for Gary. You want to give money away? I know there's a lot of folks out there inside our country that could use it. I'll take second dibs. I'll say second dibs because first, let's give it to the homeless. Let's give it to our fucking vets. As soon as they get home, they should have a place. Their family should be set. You want to give away fucking money? Give it to them. There's a good investment. Well, all we're pretty much doing is bribing other countries. We're going to give this to you. But please, 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 have her back when we need her, right? I'm just going to beg for that, too. Fucking payoff in a way. It's like a bribe. Yeah. But our government goes, fuck America's. We have, I think last figure was around 10.6 million homeless. And out of that 10.6, 2.4 are veterans. Come on. Enlighten me again why the fuck we're giving money out the ass to other countries instead of giving it back to the people that need it. Now, I understand that some of you are sitting there going, well, what about the homeless that just don't care and they just use the money and still be homeless? Okay, well, that, you can't really say what someone's going to do with it, but there are people out there that have been forced into homelessness that could use the assistance. I'm not talking about going to like a food bank or some shit. Because let me tell you something, a lot of those systems that are set up, they look at it and they'll do number crunch and go, you don't qualify. Let me tell you something, folks. Maybe you know someone who's been through it. Me, I've been through it personally. I've been there in situations where I wouldn't have lost an apartment, or I wouldn't have a struggle trying to keep up and then lose something that I was living in. If I was able to go somewhere and go, look, I need help right now, and instead of them crunching numbers, go, well, you don't qualify because you got fired from a job or you got laid off, so you don't have an income, so we can't help you. Motherfucker, look, if I was working and I had an income, I wouldn't be here right now, sitting in front of you saying I need help. But that's the way your system's set up. It's all about qualifications and how much money we can't give you. We got the money, we just don't want to give it to you. We don't want to help you out. Because there's other people out there that are going to rape and pillage us, and we'll help them out. The big one that goes round and around is food stamps. And it's not, yes, we know about the misuse and people lying on the applications. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is you got some politicians out there, and there's been in a bunch of different states that want to drug test. They already make it in some states where you have to prove that you're working, or at least looking for a job, or go and work at a Goodyear Goodwill, or one of those places to keep getting your food stamps. But when it comes to drug testing and whatnot, people are raising a fit about it. Well, of course they are. I would say at least 75% of people on food stamps are out there willing and dealing, making some money, and still getting the fucking food stamps. So yeah, drug test them. Let's see what happens. See how much money that the food stamp program would save. There's a reason all bitching about that shit. For damn good reason. Because you know you're gonna fucking lose it if you get fucking drug tested. Heaven fuck forbid you can't use a fucking system. But the way I see it, that's also the democratic way of thinking. Why would you want to change something when you know the minute that's found out, you can't use or abuse it anymore? And by that, I mean the American people in the system. Keep losing your fucking elections. There's a reason why you're losing your fucking elections. I know it may seem like I'm skipping around topics, but if you actually think about it, folks, everything comes back around full circle. But no one is going to listen to a bunch of people fucking bitch. They'll listen to the small group. And it's those group of people that get the fucking majority of the ear. And I don't know if it's because we're not being loud. I don't really think we're voicing our opinions directly to them. I mean, we talk about it. I mean, hell, it's all over social media. It's on YouTube and shit. It's on Twitter. But I don't think we're being loud enough. It's thousands that raise up and then get the petition signed to whatever the fuck they do. But apparently it's just a small force that gets their point across in some way, shape, or form. As I always tell people, you know, if we're really fucking serious about it, let's all go up to Washington, D.C., and I'll stand up in the forefront. But Washington, D.C. is not going to stop 1 million people from having their voice heard. But it's going to take that much of a majority. I mean, hop on a fucking bus and go out there. Bitch, fucking moan. Or tell them. Those are the only options that we got. Well, anyways, folks, that's what I had to say today. That's about the gist of it there. So, yeah, hope you all have a great day. And if you're watching the channel for the first time, like, subscribe, more subscribers, reaching the magical 50 still. Been over a year, we've grown a couple, grown by a little bit. We'll get there eventually. Oh well. Yeah, and then hit that bell button so you get a reminder each time that I do a video. Alright? Alright guys, that's enough out of my mouth. Y'all have a great day and we will catch you guys in the next one.